And we are live. Hi, welcome to the Stream of David show. I am here with Debbie G. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, guys. Hello.
We literally just jumped on right in the nick of time, right at start time. So we are here for our regular Stream of David live show. We've been doing lots of shows lately, lots of special edition shows and stuff like that because we have the time and so does everybody else. So why not be on live more and have more fun? So I'm setting an intention to have a fun hour with the stream. So we have a big a reset summit coming up this Saturday. So before you do anything else, mark your calendars right now. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, we are having a 2-hour reset summit with Stream. And it's going to be all about the Ascension event that's going on right now, the reset, the correction, whatever you want to call it, that we're going through right now. And we can have heavy duty questions there. You can always ask the Stream anything you want, anytime you want. They don't ever limit what you ask. They don't care about limiting that kind of stuff. So if you've got big, heavy COVID-19 related questions, you can ask them now if you want, or you can hang on to them and come to the Reset Summit on this Saturday, April 4th, 10 a.m. Pacific. Write that down. You can even go into any of the groups where we're going to be participating. Spirituality Gone Wild, Law of Attraction 2.0, the Stream of David Facebook page, or the Stream of David YouTube channel, where we are broadcasting right now to all of those places. You can go in and actually get a reminder for the event that's coming up on Saturday. And we do want lots of people on there with high vibrational, positive intention. We're going to make it a 2-hour group experience, which will be like a meditative experience. But instead of just sitting in silence for 2 hours or going through a long guided meditation, we're going to raise the vibration by interacting with the stream, getting guidance, getting our questions answered. Even if the questions are something that might be sort of fear-based, that's okay. The stream never wants to limit what we ask them. But for right now, I'm looking forward to just sort of having some fun with Debbie in the stream. So what do you think about that, Debbie?
I'm always down to be chilling with the stream. Oh,
we have not been drinking. We're just in a silly mood today. I think.
No.
At least I can't speak for you. I haven't been drinking.
I don't drink.
I'm having iced tea.
I'm having hot tea. I just went on a really gorgeous walk, and I have the share screen queued up because listen, guys, David had this really great video that he's put out, and you really need to watch this. And I'm kind of interjecting the promo here because I want you to see this. I want everybody to get a really big clue. I'm not even going to talk about anything else until that we watch that. But yeah, and share it out, by the way. If I look down, I'm either looking for questions or I'm looking to see, I'm looking to share this out. So do the same. Love you guys. All you have to do is bring it up into the thing.
Okay. So you know StreamYard so much better than I do. Okay, here we go.
Beautiful. Now I'm going to hit play. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. Undo it.
Undo it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hold on. Let me redo that. I think I just blew it. Can you delete that out? Sorry, guys.
I don't know. There you go. You did it.
I fixed it. I apologize, everybody. I forgot to hit the share audio.
Oh, yeah. You might want to hear it also. It's kind of important.
Okay, now go ahead and bring it back up into the screen. Good?
We can see it.
Oh, okay, great.
Over here. Yeah, it's populating the screen. Up on planet Earth. Human intelligence advanced. You elevated your thought and understood that freedom and joy were your ultimate.
Oh, shit.
The way you exist eternally. You are the most intelligent beings on planet Earth. At your core, you understand that you are all connected. Your planet and everyone and everything on it are all one. What you are experiencing now is a correction, an opportunity to reset. You have collectively set an intention toward change, to treat your planet better, to be better to one another, to focus on freedom and joy rather than the bondage of endless consumption. You have created the perfect scenario to accomplish this. We guide you to elevate to our perspective, to close your eyes and breathe and imagine yourselves as the entire universe, as being all-knowing and all-seeing, because you are. We guide you to see the perfection in all that you are encountering, to see that there is no real death and that suffering is temporary. We guide you to take this profound moment on planet Earth and see it for what it truly is. a global correction, a reset, crafted by humanity for humanity. You did this to yourselves, for yourselves, and it is perfection. Give gratitude because it highlights the fragility of your earthly existence, and in your seeking to avoid it, you have created an opportunity for renewal. Give gratitude for those who offer care and food and other things you truly need, even in the face of their own potential demise. Use this time to see things from a higher perspective, including your own lives. Where you go from here is up to you. Time has sped up, and it is up to you how to utilize this opportunity. Now is your chance to harness this faster moving stream. You can allow your collective fear to create more illness, more poverty. Are you, those who are seeking to elevate their mindset, who are looking for the value in this, can lead by example. This is your opportunity to lead the reset by resetting your own lives, to live without the fear that you have been taught, to trust your own inner guidance and make your time here on planet Earth what you want it to be. This is your opportunity to demonstrate what high vibrational living looks like. You can show the world what it is like to live in joy, to trust the universe to deliver everything that you want and desire. You understand humanity holds the power to learn from this correction. What you do from here is up to you. As in all things, we urge you to look at how this obstacle is serving you in your lives and across humanity, because that is why you created it. Your time has sped up. We are here flowing to you in this way to offer our eternal wisdom. What you do with it is up to you, and we will be delighted regardless of what comes next. This is your expansion, playing out before you like you have never seen. We are here for you with much love.
Can that be it?
That is it. So type in comments and let us know what you think about that. If it was something that you found positive, let us know. If it was something that ruffled your feathers, let us know that too. I want to hear everything. You know, tell me your comments. And if you have questions for the stream, we are going to be bringing the stream in a little bit later. I want to talk about the video and the message a little bit, though. I thank you. I wasn't expecting you to share that, so I do appreciate you doing that. Very nice of you. And those of you that are moved by that and feel guided to do so, you can share it from the Stream of David page. I believe if you see it on Spirituality Gone Wild, you can probably share it from there as well. Share it out. Share it wherever you feel compelled to share it to, because I think a lot of people need to hear that message right now. They need to understand what this time is all about. People are freaked out. I'm not really following the news that much. I'm aware of what's going on. I was telling somebody earlier that I sort of go and seek out what I want to know online, look at it and move on from it just so I'm aware, but I'm not going to sit glued to the news, because the news is designed to keep you tuned in. And generally it's designed to keep you tuned in by instilling fear, so that you've got to see more and you've got to know what's next. You've got to know, you got to know, you got to know. But how is it serving you? That's the question that I ask myself. And that's the question that we should all ask ourselves, because we know that collective fear created this, as we create all things in our reality. Collective fear will determine where we go next with it as humanity. But at some point, we're going to sort of tire of the fear, and we're going to set our sights collectively toward what's next. And that's our opportunity. That's the opportunity that we've created for ourselves. That's what they're speaking of there. So this rings true for our lives individually, and it rings true for all of humanity. So I'm curious to see what you thought of the video. I'm curious to hear how you're doing right now. If you've got questions for the stream, go ahead and type those in. Debbie will read those to the stream when I begin channeling in a little bit here. We're just going to kind of talk amongst ourselves before we bring the heavy hitters in a few minutes. Hi, Shar. Lucian, thank you for your comment. So whoever is watching and saw the video, just type in comments what you thought of it. If you have questions about it, if you're not clear about something, just whatever you think about it, I want to hear it. I always like all feedback. It doesn't always have to be positive. If it puts you in a negative place, I'm okay with that. I'll do my best to try to take you out of that negative space, but it's not my job to do that for everybody all the time, right? We all have to have our experiences. So how are you doing, Debbie? We haven't talked in a few days.
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm good. I kind of feel the same way I was like last week. It was like, get me the popcorn. Let's just watch this because this is like really good. I mean, there's some. I don't know if it's crazy or not because then I've got to judge it. And right now, what's been happening, David, is I get told to sit back and observe it, and all of these things happening right now are really, really important because this is the time. Look, if anybody ever had an excuse, I can't do that. I don't have time. Well, guess what? You do. You do. You know that.
Most of us have manifested. I don't. I actually, I'm busier than I've ever been right now.
Yeah.
I'm very, very busy. And the people who work in healthcare, perhaps people that work in some types of fulfillment of things that we need, maybe busier than ever. But it's certainly a time of reflection. And for those that are sitting home without their employment right now, maybe they're on a break from work to stay home and be safe. How are you using the time? It's up to you what you do with it. But I see a lot of games on Facebook, which is cool. But gosh, you have all this extra time and just appreciating the downtime and the quiet. So somebody's asking where to find the video. So you can find the video on the Stream of David page on Facebook. You can find the video in Spirituality Gone Wild. If you are watching this right now, wherever you're seeing it, the video exists on that page or in the Facebook, on the YouTube channel, because it's posted everywhere. So you can find it, you can share it, you can like it, you can love it, you can not love it, you can comment on it, whatever you want to do with it, whatever you feel compelled to do. But obviously we created that video with the intention of getting the stream's message out for humanity and getting it shared far and wide to reach those people that are vibrationally aligned and ready for that message. Not everybody's ready for that message. People don't want to hear that humanity created the virus. There's some video of people knocking down 5G towers because they think that 5G technology created the virus. This is a global reset that was bound to happen given everything that's going with the momentum and the expansion of humanity as a whole. And this is how it's playing out. And we sort of all knew something was coming, just with politics being the way they were, and humanity getting so divided. And we have a group of people that are all ascending like never before. If you're on social media, there are all these groups about ascension. One of them is 1111, whatever that group is. And people are in there, kind of freaking out a little bit, like this is happening to me and that's happening to me. And what does it mean? And I enjoy that group. I interact in there quite a bit because it's kind of like Spirituality Gone Wild. It's the Wild West of all things, the big tent of spirituality. And that big tent holds so many different beliefs. And none of them are right and none of them are wrong. They're all just, everyone's sharing their own personal bubble of reality, where I will always chip in my 2 cents from the stream's teachings. But a big part of the stream's teachings are that there is no right or wrong. There's nothing wrong with anyone's belief system. There is no one path to living this life. There's no one size fits all. We're all different. We're all individuals, and we all are here to have our own unique experience. And it's not up to us to judge what another person's chosen experience is. And to me, that's about as enlightened as we're going to get as a human being, is reaching that place of just trying not, we can discern our preferences, but then trying not to judge others for being down their spiral, for choosing different paths, for having a different belief system. It's been a long road for me to sort of get to that space. But now that I'm here, I'm able to really enjoy this time and see things from a higher perspective, including an event that's causing illness and death, seeing it from a higher perspective. That doesn't mean enjoying it, but it means seeing it from a higher perspective and appreciating that we're all here having this journey, and we're all reacting to it differently. And somebody that's choosing to think very differently than I think is not wrong.
I totally agree. And thank you for letting me be distracted. Copy what I just sent you in the private chat and then post it into the live chat. That's the copy. That'll take them to the video.
Oh, okay. So now I have to find the private chat.
Look at the top. See, it says live comment.
Private chat. Okay, so copy that.
Correct. And then put it into the comments, the live chat comments.
Okay.
So I have him posting a link to the video, you guys, and that's awesome. When I say observe, get the popcorn out, it's like this. I literally don't have a clue what in the world that is happening right now. No, I don't think anybody does, but I do know I can keep my vibration and I can keep my attitude in check. And then I've been stretched. I have been totally stretched, you guys. I promise you. I have had, I had it yesterday. I had a stretchy moment. And
What was your stretchy moment?
well, it was a moment where in my brain of brains, I don't see the need to have a talk, and somebody else has a need to have a talk, and I don't want to have the talk, but I'm going to have the talk now, and kind of thing. And it really just required me to get out of my own freaking way and out of my own head and realize it's not all about Debbie here. And I mean, honestly, because I was being kind of greedy with my Debbie-ness. And that's when I get frustrated. But here's something that I want to tell you guys, and this is so huge. In a normal situation, if somebody irks me, I have learned through Taya to go through a process to detune the situation and how to look at it differently and how to see it differently and own 100% accountability and then let go of it. And then when it gets brought up a couple of days later and I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Because like you feel me? Like I've already done my work in it and just like expanded but then what winds up happening is that I realize I'm now judging for where somebody else is at and they need me to show up right now. So I had to learn that just because I can detune doesn't mean everybody can detune, because we've got superpowers now because we've been through Taya. And I'm dead serious. I almost said a cuss word.
You did say one earlier when the video didn't share properly. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with swearing. You know, again, we're taught that these things are sins and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with swearing.
Well, no, I mean,
words. They're human created words, and they have the meaning that we give to them, right? Just like everything else.
Well, right. Well, let me tell you the beauty of what came out of yesterday. What beauty of it is that because I shut my mouth and sat down, slowed down, and was quiet for a minute, and got out of my own way, used my Taya tool practices, used my emotional intelligence to sit there and open my ear holes. I was able to comprehend what another human being was needing versus me just like wanting to just go, do we, I'm the kind of person I just kind of, do we really need to discuss this? Is it that fucking important? I just did it. Oh my God. Is it that important? And you see,
this is a family show, Debbie. So watch the.
I apologize, guys. So, mind you, I'm the whole point of this is that yes, what somebody else where they're at is important. Yes, I was being a selfish little brat because I
was like, what's she going to say next?
A selfish little brat. That's what I was.
Well, you know, none of us are perfect. We all are vibrational. We go up and down our spiral, and when we're down our spiral a little bit, we behave very differently than we behave when we're up our spiral. Everybody's like that. And what I tell people about Taya, because there's this whole big idea out there that once you're spiritual and you're enlightened, that you never fail again. You know, you're always up. And of course, most people that are into this type of practice know that that's not true. But there's that sort of idea that you're enlightened now. And for me, I've been at this for 10 years. I had my real awakening in 2010 and have gotten all the way to the point now to where I channel source energy with relative ease. And, you know, my life's not perfect and I'm not perfect. I go down my spiral. I go down in vibration just like everybody else. But what the Taya practice has done, and if you've never heard of Taya before, TYA stands for Trust Your Abundance. But the Taya practice is a spiritual practice that I created with the Stream's teachings. So I had this Stream message coming to me my entire life. I listened to a chunk of it for most of my life. That chunk was how to manifest money and things. And then I reached age 40 and realized, wow, I'd listened to this law of attraction. I didn't even know what it was called at the time. I thought I created it at one point. I've listened to this message, this eternal wisdom that's been coming to me that, yes, I need to love myself. And yes, I'm good enough. And yes, I can have anything I want. I can be anything I want. I can do anything. I always knew that. But I really kind of used it in a way, if you will, that that brought me along this path of just having a lot of money and a lot of stuff. And I thought that was the answer to everything. And that was the key to happiness. And then when I turned 40 and realized I was miserable with all my money and stuff, that's when I really started changing things. So I created this practice for myself that I now teach to other people. Well, what the practice has evolved quite a bit. In the 2 years that I've been teaching it to other people, it's really evolved and really taken off. And now we have this clarity that life is never going to be about perfection, but it's how you respond to the imperfections and how those imperfections actually cause you to vibrate higher, to create something new, to actually expand as a human being and expand as a soul consciousness being, which is why we come to physical. When you get that, that's the meaning of life right there. That is your life path. That is your journey. That is your mission, is finding your path to that level of thinking. If that's your choice in life, that's, to me, that's what enlightenment is getting to that place where you can roll with whatever's going on with ease. And right now, collectively across the entire planet, we've got a global pandemic. It's freaking people out. We don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know if we're going to all get it. We don't know if a lot more people are going to get sick. We don't know if there's going to be a higher death toll than the percentage that we're seeing right now of people that get it. We don't know if it's going to cause a global economic collapse. We don't know if it's going to cause everybody to start vibrating higher. We don't know if it's going to cause everyone to come to this type of thinking and leave some old 3D habits behind, if you will. We don't know if it's going to cause an economic expansion like we've never seen before, because people are so tired of being at home and so pent up where they want to go out and spend money and they want to go out and do things. They want to go out and live and appreciate things that they've never appreciated before. I am a big appreciation person. Debbie is Debbie Gratitude. She's a big appreciation person. I will challenge you, Debbie. I never appreciated toilet paper like I do now.
Uh-huh.
Or being able to walk into a supermarket and just buy a dozen eggs.
Oh, hey, that's gone.
Yeah. Oh, I bought 2 dozen eggs not long ago, but I went a couple.
I don't mean that. Just to walk in and walk out.
Yeah. We're back to manifesting eggs now, but before we weren't. And I didn't personally have a toilet paper shortage because I actually got my case of Charmin from Amazon right when all this stuff happened. But it made me really appreciate what I had. Like, wow, I've never thought about appreciating having toilet paper to use, having, eggs available to me, having my health, I appreciate the fact that I had a flu back in February and I didn't know what it was. I don't know if it's COVID-19 or not. It's too late. I can't be tested. I'm past it now.
Yeah, you were
I had a nasty flu, nasty flu. I never get the flu ever, 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 ever. This year, 2020, I got the flu in February. Knocked me on my ass, fever, chills, aches, cough that wouldn't go away, all the stuff that this COVID has. Yeah. So I'm glad I got it in February when it wasn't such a big deal, instead of now when it's a really big deal and it's freaking everybody out. I kind of went through it. And when I had it, I asked the stream, why am I manifesting this illness? Why is this happening? What's going on? And the message was very clear. This makes you stronger. Getting these things can do two things. You're either going to recover from it and be made stronger because of it, or it's going to be your ticket back to completion, which is fine. We're all going to end up there sooner or later anyway.
Absolutely. And I saw that cough and I scratched my face. You know what?
I muted myself for my cough and I took a little drink. I get really dry when I talk. I live in the desert. I get dry. I get a dry throat. So I'm not coughing because I'm sick. I'm coughing because it's super dry here where I live. So
I think it's just kind of in the air. It's been really dry. But yeah, okay. So what we've taken for granted. I mean, in all seriousness, is there anybody watching right now or watching on the replay that you seriously haven't sat back and taken a look at all the things that you may have taken for granted? Just your basic freedom. Your basic freedom. We are told to stay at home. We get fined $500 for being out when we're not supposed to. Oh, I'm 52 years old. Wow, it's not happened in my lifetime. I know it hasn't happened in yours, David, and I don't think there's anyone else.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're both 52, so what happened in your lifetime happened in my lifetime as well because of the same lifetime.
Yeah, right. Well,
I look a hell of a lot better than I do. I'm getting really gray.
Let me see.
See?
No, you're not. You're good.
You know why I'm getting gray?
Why?
Because I ran out of beard color. But it came in today, so tomorrow I'll be a little darker. I like to color my beard. It looks a little better color.
Well, I mean, you know what? At least you can color your beard because look, yeah, but you can't go. Yeah, well, no, I'm not
Well,
that.
I don't go to a
very soon.
salon. No, I can do my this. I can do myself. Yes, I can buzz my own head and trim my own beard myself.
Well, I
Yes,
can see. All right, I'm seeing a little two-tone there.
we're entertaining Greg, so I'm glad.
Are we entertaining you, Greg? I'm so glad we are. You know, it's really actually, to tell you the truth, it is so much fun right now to play with everybody online. And I just want to take a minute and say hi, everybody who's watching. Throw out some questions right now. Like, give me
Yeah,
some,
let's get some
give
questions
me
from
some
the
stuff,
stream, and
man.
I'll happily bring them in. But there's no questions. I'm happy just to talk to Debbie and all of you for an hour. It's fine with me because we are having. If you're just tuning in, I'm coughing again because it's so dry. We do have a Global Reset Summit this Saturday, April 4th, 10 a.m. Pacific. Wherever you're watching us right now, the summit will be on. So you can just come onto the webpage or onto YouTube, the YouTube channel, and see it live. You can participate. You can ask questions of the stream. Debbie G is going to be there. She's going to be moderating all the questions from the stream. If you watch this show a lot, our other host, Matt Garden, will be on also, just sort of hosting the panel. And we're going to have a panel of TAIA Bootcamp mentors. And these people are people that have graduated TAIA Bootcamp. They're mentors in the program now, and they're going to come on and they're going to ask questions of the stream. You can all ask questions of the stream. It's going to be 2 hours of what we're calling virtual hot seat. So you can be in the virtual hot seat and talk to the stream and ask them whatever you want to ask them. It does not have to be pandemic related. It can be heavy. It can be light. You can ask them why poop is brown if you want. They've already been asked that before, though.
Have they really been asked that?
I think so. And I don't remember the answer.
Actually, I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah.
Greg says, I've noticed that people are being more friendly and less impersonal since all this started. Oh my gosh. Beautiful point. I have to agree with that. I'm seeing that definitely. I'm seeing more people out walking with their kids. I'm seeing people with the strollers, the puppies.
Mm-hmm.
People are out and about, and yeah, they're waving hi. As a matter of fact, I went on a walk with my dogs just a bit ago, and Greg, to confirm what you're saying, there's a guy, he's sitting in his car. He's got some blue gloves on. I thought that was a cute accessory. We need like really pretty gloves.
I saw a woman driving with the blue dishwashing gloves and a mask the other day, driving her car.
Yeah, and anyway, but he's on the phone, but he doesn't ignore us. I'm walking with Christopher. He waves.
That's nice. Yeah, that's cool.
So Char's giving kids away if anyone's interested.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, 24/7 with your children that you're used to having in school might be a little a contrasting experience, as we all say. So if you have questions for the stream, type questions for the stream because I will bring them in and challenge them. If you don't feel like asking the stream questions, that's cool. You can ask questions of Debbie or myself. That's just fine. So I want to talk a little bit about the tools that we were talking about earlier, though. It's how are we all navigating this time? Are we excited about it? Do we feel an ascension happening? We're loving the calm and quiet? I saw that from Earl, just posted that. Do we see this as a time of reflection? Do we see it as a time of expansion? I know we see a significant uptick in people coming into TAIA Bootcamp now, which is nice. They're using this time to finally get into boot camp and do the work. I always say do boot camp when you're ready to do boot camp because you can actually do boot camp and run your life at the same time. In fact, you're learning a lot of these tools while you're doing whatever's going on in your life at the time, whether that's an extended vacation or if you're in the middle of work or in the middle of a crisis or whatever. It's the right time when you know it's the right time, when you believe it's the right time for you. So you start when you get into boot camp. So we have more people than ever now coming into boot camp and learning these tools and thinking about what's next. And there was somebody that just came in that says they're saying they may not go back to their job after this. This is a time of reflection. And I was there. I was at a point where I was at a really high paying job for a long time. And it was like kind of the last frontier for me. It was the last thing that I stuck myself in where I didn't want to be. And when I left that job, I was able to move to the city that I want to live in. I live in Palm Springs, California, exactly where I want to live on the whole planet. I do exactly what I want to do all day long, which is share the stream's message with the world one way or another, whether it's the radio show, the podcast, I'm writing my second book right now, interacting on all of these mediums that we have, hanging out with Debbie, the boot camp program. That's what I do all day long. And I love it because in one way or another, I know that I'm sharing something that really helps people. So that is extremely satisfying for me. That's really what I wanted to do. Much, much more satisfying than selling furniture, believe it or not.
Go figure.
Yeah, I worked in retail home furnishings for a long, long time. And
yeah, but you probably you had like the in on the comfy couch.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've gone through so much furniture in my life because I worked in that business for a long, long time. And there was things that I liked about it. We had commissioned salespeople that I had a few hundred that reported up to me. And, I saw people come in and a lot of people going through divorces and things like that maybe had never worked or hadn't worked in a long, long time, getting into interior design and selling furniture and making six-figure salaries. That was my thing. Let me teach you how to make a nice living manifesting the right client and manifesting a good business within a business. And that taught people based on law of attraction for years. But it was a little frustrating because I knew I could probably share things that would help them in other areas of their lives. And I couldn't do that, and so eventually I got out of that and started really letting the stream loose way beyond just how to sell some furniture, which, didn't take a lot of channeling to figure that out. So I'm just glad now that I'm teaching some skills and real world tools for people that aren't so complicated. They're not so woo-woo and out there that you can't make sense of it. It's real world tools for whatever's going on in your life to move through with grace and ease. And the people that are in boot camp and they've graduated, we're all so thrilled that we have these tools right now because we're all excited about this. Everybody's eager for what's next and what's coming and can't wait for the twists and turns. And we don't need to see what the end result is. People always come in and they very often, and this, Debbie, they ask the stream, what's next for me? How am I going to end up? What's my destiny?
What's the day I die? What is the date of my death?
Right. Don't you want to know that? So all you'll do is fixate on that for the rest of the time you've got left? Of course not.
That is so true. If I actually knew, I probably would. I'd probably be tripping.
Yeah, you would just be thinking, it'd be like tick-tock to that date, even if it's 40 years away. That date's going to be on your mind for the rest of your life.
Right. It's like, I got to plan that party and I've got like how many years left? I mean, I would be spending all my time on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to, Shar wants us to open a can of worms, David.
Oh, about no internet, no phones coming?
Yeah.
That could be a reality. Let's roll through it. Right?
It could be.
Maybe that's the next phase of all this, that all of us, I have all these virtual friends. I've met Debbie in person several times because she used to live here in the desert. I've got really good friends now that I've never met in person. I've got business partners and people that work for me in my business that I've never met in person. It's a whole different world. So what if suddenly I'm cut off from communication from all of that? And I've just got to depend on little old me, my connection, and my little bubble of reality. That's fun. Who knows?
David, come on.
Yeah. But the truth is that nobody knows that, and it's up to humanity where we go from here. We can manifest something that's so disastrous that we destroy all the technology we've created. But once something's created, it's always going to be, right? So if we create something as human beings, as humanity on planet Earth right now, and it gets destroyed, that destruction will only be temporary because it exists. Right. So that vibration is there. It's going to come back. It's going to come back if it gets destroyed in a bigger and better way than it's ever been. But it's going to come back. We know that there have been civilizations on this planet that have done things that we have discovered were very advanced, more advanced than we understood that they had access to at that time. And then that civilization ceased to be the way that it was. And then boom, it came back. Right? Absolutely. We're all eternal beings. Yep. So there's nothing to be afraid of in any of this. If electricity and communication goes away, fine. We'll just see what's next.
We got to look at when Tesla was chilling and creating all these great things back in the early 1900s. You know what? Everybody thought he was a complete nut, and all this was just he was crazy. And look at how many different things that we use today that are Tesla technology, and if it goes away, it's coming back. We created it once, and just like you said, but it's going to be bigger, badder, and better. See, here's the thing too. We are 52 years old, David. I didn't have internet when I was little. Did you have internet when you were little?
It didn't exist when I was little. I didn't have internet until I was probably in my late 20s, 30s.
As a matter of fact,
I
by God,
remember having the giant white computer on my office desk in my home office,
uh-huh.
and that 20 minutes of and the little guy that came on and said, "You got mail." Oh, I got email. Wow.
You've got
20 minutes
mail.
later, I've got email. Let me go see what it is. It was always something I didn't care about.
So yeah, okay. So exactly.
And now I get annoyed if I see a little spinning thing on this thing.
I know it's so redonkulous. So is it safe to consider we were taking things for granted, including toilet paper? So all right, we're gonna sit at home and you're gonna be wondering where your TP is coming from. Then you need to spend more time with your family. Everything's Instagram. David gets here yeah, when that little thing's spinning and we're just saying, oh, really? We were on dial-up and we are whining over what is it? Fiverr? What's that called?
Fiber optics? What are you talking about?
Fiber optics. There you go. I was trying to get fiber and fiber mixed up. Okay, we will all be fine. Just
Well, we've lived without internet, and the generation
seriously.
before us lived without telephone. And in my hometown, I grew up in Louisiana. Even in the 80s, there were people that lived out in the country, and they had to pick up the phone and speak to somebody. It was a party line. And so they all had one phone line. All the like 5 or 10 houses had one phone line. And if Bobby Joe next door was on the telephone and Peggy Sue wanted to make a call, she had to wait till Bobby Joe got off the phone. Bobby Joe, get off the phone.
You know what?
That was my childhood, and it was like that sometimes. It really was. My father grew up without indoor plumbing in Texas.
Why am I remembering?
Had an outhouse.
Wait, you really had an outhouse?
I didn't. My father.
Your father did.
Yeah.
But why I'm somehow the thing about the telephone is just ringing a bell for me. Not no pun intended.
Yeah. So Lucian's asking, is there a guided meditation or some other daily practice to help me personally contact the stream higher self? Well, the practice that I created with the stream is called TYA, T-Y-A, and it just stands for trusting your abundance. And your abundance is whatever you're looking for next. It's not money necessarily. It can be, but it's not. Most people absolutely get into the boot camp program if they take TYA boot camp. And what they learn in there is appreciation and love for self and source connection and what you're talking about. So the TYA practice, whether you do boot camp or not, it's boot camp is a concentrated environment over a period of time for people that are really, really, really ready to get in and do that work. But I teach this all the time on all of these videos and in Law of Attraction 2.0. Law of Attraction 2.0 really is the TYA spiritual practice. And there is a guided meditation that I have. If you go on my website, there are meditations. And I just shared one for free the other day. I'll share it out again. Debbie's good at telling me how to share these things out, so maybe she can figure it out. But there is, if you go in Spirituality Gone Wild, or if you go on the Stream of David page, there's a post from a few days ago that's a free link to my Source Connect guided meditation. And Source Connect is a really cool channeled guided meditation that takes you to source. And it's very cool. And sometimes, depending on how analytical you are, if you are just relaxing into it and allowing, it's going to happen for you in the first time. If you are more analytical and questioning, how is this going to work? How is this happening? What's the mechanics of this? Then it takes a little longer for that really to kind of connect for you. But eventually everybody gets it, because everybody that goes into boot camp, that's one of the things they get is that guided meditation. That's a big part of it, is making that source connection. So it's in there. And if you can't find it, just shoot me a message on Facebook Messenger, send me a friend request. I'll remember your name. And I can show you where it is.
Cool name, right? Lucian.
Yeah, very cool. So, so yeah, there is a guided meditation that I have that does a connection. Then, of course, the TYA practice is much bigger than that. It is a way of running your life that allows more source, less fear, more ability to trust, higher vibrational living. And it takes time to get there. And then it's an ongoing practice. The boot camp program is really to learn the practice in a concentrated way, but it's a practice that you learn and then you do for the rest of your life if you choose to do it. It's not a religion. It's not a cult. There's no rules. There's no judgment. There's no punishment. There's no worshiping or anything like that. Seeing through the eyes of source. Yes, that's it. So it's called, if you had my old app, it was called Source Connect. We're going to bring the app back out pretty soon. But it was Source Connect on the app, but it is seeing through the eyes of source. which is really nice because it is your source connection.
I love that. Yeah. It's actually my favorite meditation. I've got it it's in my computer.
That's good. That's good to hear that, because most people, my best selling meditation is the vault. It's money. Yeah, it's where you meditate and you go into your virtual vault, because people need money. There's nothing wrong with money. I just think it's kind of funny that, I'm offering you a meditation that connects you with source or money, and money is the most popular one.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Well, again, I've been there. I spent 40 years of my life believing that money and material things were happiness. And then I had a lot of money. I had a lot of material things, and I liked my material things just fine. They weren't evil inherently, but I wasn't happy. Like, wow, all this nice stuff.
We love stuff. I mean, I love stuff.
Good.
And we love
material things are physical. The material things that
we love money
are the material expression of source.
Mm-hmm.
And the stream says that. A beautiful home, a beautiful car, a great meal, the things that we create as human beings that are created from a high vibrational state are the things that we appreciate, right? Absolutely. And those things are source incarnate in physical form. So if you see a beautiful house or a beautiful car or whatever you appreciate, whatever it is, whatever physical material thing that you appreciate, there's nothing wrong with wanting it and appreciating it. Just don't think that it's the answer to being disconnected from source and not loving yourself and having all of those things. And it's not necessarily a guarantee for joy. And that's the thing.
You have to have that first, David.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is that Taya brings you to a state of joy. And I'm happy. I love money, Cindy. I like Cindy. That's great.
I love it. She's not worried about a thing either.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. None of us should be worried about any of this, and we shouldn't be worried about getting it. That doesn't mean that you go out and hug and kiss strangers, or not follow the guidelines that people are offering. Doctors are saying stay away from each other, stay in your house more. You don't want to get this stuff if you don't have to. So just follow those guidelines, but do it in a high vibrational state of knowing that you're going to be fine no matter what. I always say that best possible outcome, because if you start trying to achieve a vibration of not getting it, well, what are you thinking about?
Yep.
You're thinking about the virus. So what are you doing? You're attracting it. So it's all around us. There's a possibility that any of us could get it. I've already been sick in February with a nasty flu. So I contracted something. I attracted it into my life. I went through it. It was fine. Right. I'm here. I'm okay. So we can decide collectively where we're going to go with this thing as humanity. And then, of course, in our own reality, where are we going to go with it?
How about this is, because this is just like, I know it's going to sound infomercially, guys. Just bear with me, okay? Because here's the fact. Right now is the time for you to redesign your life. Right now it's the time for you to decide, think about what was working, what wasn't working, and how can you do this differently. There is no other tool all around that I've done that is as good as this one, because you're going to actually redo your entire life's movie. I just think of it like a movie. That's why I keep saying I'm just getting the popcorn. I'm going to watch this.
Yeah. What's next? I'm excited. What's next?
Well, look, I mean, we're all in this together. It's just like it's like we're all watching the same movie, and and just like when you go into and you watch a movie, we all see different perspectives of the movie. But right now it's time for you to start taking control of your own reality and your own being and your own life. Stop blaming everybody and their brother and their butthole for your stuff, and take ownership of it and really do your work. That's just it. And see, the thing about Taya is you got to do that. And I wish I could tell you that you could escape that part, but you can't escape that part. But what does happen is then you're able to detune like a badass, like a rock star. I mean,
I can give you some examples of things that have been detuned in boot camp that are inspiring.
Yeah.
We have a woman whose son was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
She detuned the fact that her 23-year-old son was murdered. She's working on detuning the murderer. And that's huge, 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 huge. When you can find a path to appreciation for any and everything that's happened in your life, that's high vibrational thinking.
Yeah.
We have somebody in boot camp. She's a graduate, but she's a mentor now. And her life has gotten a lot better since boot camp. She's manifested a new boyfriend that is now her fiance. She's manifested a big old diamond ring on her finger from that. She's manifested a beautiful new home. She has the best relationship with her mother. She and her mother never got along, and now she and her mother are able to coexist and get along just fine. In fact, her mother moved away to another state at one point, and it was the happiest day of her life that her mother moved away. She's moved her mother back now, and her mother's living in the same town in her old home, and her father's working for her. And she's just completely changed her relationship with her family because they used to disagree on politics, and now she doesn't care about politics. It's not a point of contention. She appreciates her parents as they are. So she can go over there with their news channel on all day long, thinking the way they think, and it doesn't bother her like it used to. And so now she's able to really get along with her parents. So this person's a friend of mine, and she shared this publicly. So I'll share this. So she just had a miscarriage this week, and it was upsetting. And it was not, she wanted this second child. And it was very upsetting. And it was but she was able to move through the process in such a state of appreciation where she's not happy about it, but she sees it from a higher perspective, that this was her experience. This is part of her life experience. That soul that was manifesting in her body, that was part of that soul's experience. And she is going to see at some point how this experience serves her well-being. And I already know that she's going to now find out why that happened, and she's going to be able to make changes in her body to ready herself for the next time, to make her body more hospitable to what she wants. I just see that for her, and I'm not trying to predict her future. I don't like to do that. But just to hear her today, she shared that story in the group call, and it was so inspiring to people to say, wow, she just had a miscarriage 3 days ago, and she's talking about appreciation at this crazy time, if you look at it that way, on planet Earth, when all of this stuff's going on, all these people are upset. She's moved through all of this with grace and ease. And that's what this practice does for all of us. And we talk about boot camp constantly, and I want everybody that wants to get into boot camp to get into boot camp. It's available to everybody. You can manifest your path in there. But if you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. It's a big deal. It's a lot of work. But I want everybody to glean something from every video that I'm on. Every time we talk about Taya, take a little nugget away, incorporate it into your life. And if there's things in your life right now that you can't imagine appreciating, things from your past that haunt you, you can. You can, because there are people in boot camp. I use the extreme examples. There's everything down from there. Having your child brutally murdered, I can't imagine anything worse than that to a human being.
I think that's
as heavy as it gets.
That's the top.
That's as heavy as it gets. And I use her example. She's used it publicly on video. I don't share anything that anybody doesn't share publicly. She's used that on video, and it's so humbling to me to be able to give these tools to somebody like that. And everything from there all the way down, because we all live in our own bubble of reality. I talk all the time about, in fact, I know the stream has said this, I think they said on one of your videos, I watched it back, they said someone is sitting right now in thousands of dollars worth of clothing at a 5-star resort, living the life of luxury, and they're miserable and they're complaining about something. Something is wrong in their life that is monumental to them. And it may just be that their steak was served cold. Everybody lives in their bubble of reality.
Well, that's true. They all do. And I'll tell you, you want to make your bubble of reality easier to deal with and not ever worry about your steak being, served cold and having
that's terrible. I hate it.
Well, I know, but it doesn't need to destroy your whole night.
No, I'm kidding. I could care less. If I'm eating steak it's cold or hot, I'm happy. If it's medium rare, if it's overcooked, okay, maybe.
DTS moment. DTS.
Sorry, all you vegans, we're talking about steak now.
Oh God, no. I heard the worst joke. I can't even say it, actually.
Well, we've chewed up 50 minutes without the stream. Apparently, we're not channeling, and nobody's asking the stream questions. So the vibration of this meeting is not about stream. It's about you and I and everybody just talking about these tools and how we're using this time. Go ahead and tell your story. I can't wait to hear it now.
Which story?
The story you're going to share that you said you can't share. That's exactly.
Well, it's not a story. It's a bad joke. And okay, look at vegans and vegetarians. I promise you I love you, but I can't help it. If we turn to cannibalism, We have to eat you first because you're grass fed.
And hopefully organic.
And organic.
Oh, that's awful.
It's horrible. No, almost as my no. I'm terrible, you guys.
All right, I don't see the attendance going down. That's so David Nugget. Oh, hi, Carrie. Carrie's on.
Hey, oh, plug. So this book is Silent Magic, and it is by Carrie King, and she is also a boot camp graduate. Hey, you guys.
She's on as Carrie Jean.
Yeah. Carrie Jean, but it's Carrie J. King.
KJ King is her
J.K. King
pen name.
There you go. Silent Magic. Go over to Amazon and buy the book. And while you're there, buy David's book, The Stream of David.
Oh, my book is 40% off. Thank you for
40% off.
Getting me. If you haven't read The Stream is my first book. I'm writing my second book right now. In fact, I need to get a little better at finishing that because it's almost done. But The Stream is my first book, and it talks about it's an introduction to the stream of consciousness that I channel. It's a little bit of my story, how I came to channel the stream, how I use their teachings to overcome some pretty rotten crap from my childhood. And then there's 23 core messages from Source in here. It's kind of like all of that stuff that you would want. I used to be able to hold it, or I didn't actually cover up anything. The questions that you would ask Source, the first 23 questions most people want to ask Source, those are answered in this book. UFOs, life on other planets, reincarnation, why you come into physical in the first place, what your life purpose is there a God, what are religions all about? All of that stuff is answered in this book, and it's been said by other people other than me. Go read the reviews on Amazon. It's unlike any spiritual book that you've ever read before, and that's what most people say about it. So it's a cool book. It's on sale for 40% off right now on Amazon.
Well, so you need to go buy it. Go buy it.
Yeah, all you have to do is put in The Stream, Eternal Wisdom, or David Strickle, and it pops right up on Amazon. Or you can go to my website, thestreamofdavid.com. I have a little banner here for the Taya page. Thestreamofdavid.com is my website. If you want to learn more about the Taya spiritual practice, you can go to thestreamofdavid.com/Taya, TYA. We updated the website now with some more pandemic information. What the stream's perspective is on there. The video that we played at the beginning of this episode is in there also, so you can see that. That's another place that you can watch that video. And it's the video is a nice message. I've listened to it over and over and over again, and it's me channeling. And I can tell you, I don't get tired of hearing it. I just think it's such a beautiful message, and Matt's team did such a nice job producing that. They spent over a week editing that video.
That's very awesome.
So it's So it's a lot of high vibrational touch went into that video to get it the way that it is right now. And we picked all of those little those images frame by frame by frame of exactly what we wanted in there. So it turned out very beautiful, and I just can't wait for all of you to see it if you haven't seen it already. If you have seen it,
no, for those just jumping on, you can see it. In fact, we can make it even handy dandy. After this is over, go to the beginning, replay this entire thing, get your notepad out, take some notes, but you can see it. And then if you look in the comment section, you can actually find the link to the video in the comment section and share, and you can go watch it that way.
And Carrie just shared a link to her book. We also, if you scroll up in comments, we did share a link to the video, so you can go and watch the video and then share it on your Facebook page, share it in your favorite groups that allow sharing. Some groups allow sharing, some groups don't. I have a Facebook group called Law of Attraction 2.0, and I try to curate that group and keep it specifically focused on the Taya practice. So I don't allow things in there all the time, and it's okay. But I want it really to be specific to the Taya practice, because there's a group for anything and everything on Facebook right now. So, if it's get rich quick with the Law of Attraction, that's great. But, Law of Attraction 2.0, Taya is not the place for that. And she shared the link to my book too. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, nice.
Aw, you guys should just.
Diane just tuned in. Hi, Diane. So we've been on for 54 minutes. We did not channel today because we just didn't channel. It just turned out to be a nice little discussion between all of us. We don't have to end right this second. Debbie, do you have to go on the hour?
No, I'm trying to, no.
Okay, so we can hang out a little longer.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to do your.
Do what?
I'm trying to post your thing.
Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to thank all of you for watching. We're not signing off just yet. We'll take more questions if you have them. If you have more comments. Debbie and David duo here. Go ahead and
Okay.
put those in. Thank you. So Spirituality Gone Wild, was that the video again?
Yeah. So what I just did for everybody is I posted the video in the chat and I've pinned it to the top of the page. So you're able to go directly to the video and share that video out, which is from the stream of David.
Cool. Yeah.
And Carrie, you're so cool. Thank you for doing that. Earl, you're a welcome, sweetness.
Yeah. So Carrie, I don't know if you heard me talking about Christina earlier. She shared that in our meeting today. But anybody that can go through, did I mention the summit? Yes, I mentioned this. Thank you. She's so good. I'm terrible at plugging all this stuff. So we do have a summit coming up. I'll get back onto that topic. So we do have a summit coming up this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going to last for 2 hours. Matt's going to be on hosting. Debbie's going to be on hosting also and moderating all of your questions. And you can come and ask questions of the stream. We're going to have a live panel on, so it's going to be a little different than the show that I do all the time, where we're actually going to have other people come on screen and interact with the stream. That's going to be different because they can ask questions and then they can ask follow-up questions. And if this works really well, we'll probably do future summits where we'll get different groups of people, including any and all of you, on somehow, some way in the future where we can do these summits more often, where you can actually come on and interact with the stream. Because a lot of times you'll ask a question, they'll take 5 minutes answering it and kind of go deep into a rabbit hole of information. And then maybe you have a follow-up question. The follow-up question provides clarity for yourself and other people. And those follow-up questions sometimes are very important. And I think in this summit scenario with the virtual hot seat, you're going to see a lot of that going on Saturday. But my intention with all of it is just to raise the collective vibration and to get as many people on as we can. And the stream could care less about quantity. They say they're sharing this message for 1 or 1,000 or 1 million. It doesn't matter to them. They're just here sharing it for whoever's vibrationally aligned with it. I like quantity. I like lots of people on because I think the vibe of having a lot of people impacted by this message is what my intention is with it, to share it far and wide with everyone who's ready for it. Not everyone's ready for it. Not everyone wants to accept that they create their own reality. Not everyone wants to hear that humanity created this pandemic and it's going to serve us in some way. We just haven't figured it out yet. They want to stay glued to the news and they want to be fearful, and that's okay. That's where they are.
Oh, actually, and what I've been hearing a lot lately is a lot of people who are proclaimed spiritual, blah blah, whatever. Sorry, guys, spirituality gone wild. Okay, I'm not giving it a name, but I keep seeing this over and over. They're so attached to their childhoods and they're so attached to the story they've been telling themselves for so long. And it's a broken record. It's such a broken record that
Well, the stream says, if you keep singing the same song over and over again, you're going to keep getting
the same
results.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, it's almost like their story is their security blanket.
Yeah.
And it's also their
excuse. They want to stay in, and it's okay if they want to stay there.
It is.
That's not the work that we offer, but it's okay if they want to stay in that story. I hate to see that though, because they keep themselves in fear and they keep themselves in misery. They hold themselves away from joy. At the end of the day, we all want joy. That's all we want, right? We just want to be happy. We want to be joyful. And the lovely thing about the stream's guidance and the Taya practice and everything that we offer is that you can be joyful in your current body, with your current bank account, your current employment or lack of, your current relationship, your current health, whatever's going on. There is a path to joy. The stream says, and this is the favorite thing that they say that I love so much, always look for the light is always looking for you. The light is always there. We just hold ourselves away from it. And when you find a path to that light, which you can do from any position, anywhere you are in life right now, you could be the homeless person who's sick and lonely and scared and on a park bench. There's a path out of that, and there's a path to the light, and that's available to everyone. And it's up to us we have to do some work though to find our path there. And the work is detuning, understanding that yes, the Saturday event is free. It's all you have to do is just be on Facebook at 10 in one of the groups wherever you're watching us right now, or on YouTube on my YouTube channel. It's right there. You're tune in and find the link. It's there. There's also links to it right now posted in all of these groups. and you can go find that link. It's got my picture on it, a blue background, and there's a get reminder or some kind of link there that you can click on. You click on that link, and it registers your interest, and then it's going to send you a reminder to be on at that time. But set a reminder in your phone also.
What's exciting about it is that we're going to get to hear. I've got some questions that have already been filtering to me, so it's kind of cool. And I know we're going to be going pretty.
Yeah, I'm not reading the questions. I don't want to see the questions beforehand, so I'm leaving that to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bombalicious tonight. Saturday. You guys, seriously, look, don't take my word for it. Just go take the masterclass and see how that works. If that's working, then it's time for you to join Taya. I'm doing another plug. I can't help it. I must. Because listen, guys, right now you've got a perfect opportunity to get it straight. In fact, I'm opening the modules back up myself, redo some stuff here. What was working yesterday isn't working today. And
yeah, you might need a souped up version of whatever your practice is, because there's a changing vibration. My vibration is super, super, super
I
high
don't
right
mean it.
now.
Yeah, I don't mean it like
Maybe yours
personally.
isn't, and that's okay. You are where you are.
I mean like the whole world. Like what we were doing yesterday just isn't the same deal today, you know? And it's really brought me to this space of like it's time to really create and really show up in this world. We've all been in like training for this, and with all the different things, and there's a lot of guarantee you there's a lot of healers on here. There's a lot of people who've been doing work for a really long time on here. This is one more thing to put in your tool belt, to put in that toolbox. And this is going to supercharge, and it literally supercharges you. It supercharges you into actually being able to control how that your day's going by knowing how that you need to work within your emotional spiral. You don't have to bring anyone else into it. You don't have to do any of that. You just get to be within yourself and work with it within you and figure it out. And it's a great community too, by the way, just in case you need to know. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. And hi, Christine, a cat. Actually, it's Kat. Hey, Kat. And hey, Jenny. Hey, Zach. Hey, everybody. Hi, Diane.
So I'm sharing the link out now to the masterclass. So if you want to take the masterclass is also free. You can take the masterclass.
Go take the masterclass. And then book your session with David, and then say, I heard to tell you that that Debbie G said I needed to talk to you. And so I'm doing that. And just do that. And you know why? Because then you're going to get another session, which is worth $197 because that's cool. And because because it's how we track. How did you hear about us? This is marketing, you know. You guys laughing yet?
Right now, I'm doing.
How did you hear about us? Oh, there I am.
There you are. All right, so I just put that. There's a link to the masterclass that I just put in here too. So if you're watching this right now, oh, nice language, thank you. If you're listening to this right now, you can take the masterclass for free. I just put a link in there to it, so you can go take the masterclass. And
you can take that out.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Just delete and block the user. Not a thing.
Aww. Bye.
Oh, and you can take Rayan out too. Show your boobs. Well, no,
where are you getting these people from?
you're okay. So you just ignore them. What happens is that they're bored and they surf, and this is what they do.
You know, I was a smart ass little kid at one time. I actually think it's kind of entertaining.
I know. I can't even imagine.
Today's version of prank phone calls, right?
You guys, that's what they're doing. Exactly. Totally. They're like ding dong ditch shit, you know? It's pretty cool.
Dipshits. Well, they never have a face. They're so brave because they never have a face.
Anyway, listen, guys, I love you and David loves you. You know, we will see you on Saturday. Tomorrow he will be at the Law of Attraction 2.0. at 4 o'clock.
I'm entertained by some of these stupid people.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like, for real. Hey, everybody. So, also join me tonight. I'll be back on again on Spirituality Gone Wild at uh, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. In an hour, and we'll be talking about domestic violence. So, not a super fun topic to talk about, but something that's necessary to talk about right now. So, we're going to be talking about that. And Carrie says, "Oh my God, prank phone calls." Right?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's funny. I
you,
used to. I'll tell you a little story real quick, and then we'll hop off in just a minute. So when I was a teenager, I'd probably like 12, we had these princess phones in our house, and they
yeah.
had super long phone cords. I don't know why my mother did this, but I
Uh-huh.
could like pull 4 telephones into one room, and I would sit on there with all my friends. And of course, all my friends were older than me, but I was the biggest cut up of all of them. I was always sort of the little kingpin of everything evil that we did. And we
Oh
would
my
make these prank phone calls. And of course, they were, little boys being dirty on the phone to people. And there was this woman that worked at a motel, and she would just dive right in with us, and she would just talk back to us. We loved it. It was hilarious because she probably had to deal with stuff like that all the time. This is before caller
yeah.
ID and all this technology. And it's just what you did when you were living in a small town in the South and bored out of your mind in the 80s, early 80s. So I kind of identify with the stupidity that we experienced there for a minute, but I did block them and get them out of here because not everybody wants to see that stuff.
Yeah, not really. And I get it too. So I saw Diane and Jenny, both of you are wanting to do the master class. So do me a favor. If you can't, if you posted the link, but if you can't find it or it's not working for you, message me in Spirituality Gone Wild or message the Stream of David page and the link will get sent to you directly. Okay. So anybody, if you're watching the replay, and for those viewers right now, that's all you need to do. And then you can get the masterclass. And then once you're done with the masterclass, which won't take you long. And by the way, I'm going to know if you're actually doing the work in the masterclass. I just want to let you know if you're going to sign up for it, I'm going to know who does their work and who doesn't do their work. Just thought I'd tell you. So if you do it, you better mean it because I'm going to call you out if you don't do it privately.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need to set, if you take the masterclass, set aside an hour to take the masterclass, get a pad and pen, and sit down and take the masterclass. That's the most important thing because you want to make use of that time. And you definitely want to, if you're going to do it, do the masterclass. I notice a lot of people take it and they sort of drop off because, oh, wait, this is work. Oh my gosh, no. I want to raise my vibration and I want to, change my life, but I don't want to do any work to get there. Not everybody's like that, but I do notice that that's pretty common. So if you're not going to, if you don't want to spend an hour doing it, don't take it until you have an hour to set aside, pad, pen, and actually commit to it. And there's a lot of great information in there, and it's free. So do that.
Well, what's cool about it? It's for you. My dogs.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, what? All right. So I have a client call coming up. It's been a lot of fun talking to Debbie.
I got to roll too.
Everybody else. If you're interested to learn more about Taya, you can go to the website, streamofdavid.com, and check it out. The boot camp program is mentioned in there also. If you think you're ready for something like that, you can learn all about that there. And we didn't get to stream in today, but we had a lot of fun nonetheless. I think we covered a lot of things. We kept the vibe high. Even though we had some infiltration from some dipshits out there.
You got to laugh at that. At Molenbeek, I just saw you.
Yeah, they're 12-year-old kids that are sadly, they're probably not 12-year-old kids. They're probably 35-year-olds.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, this is the exact reason. Because when you take it, okay, as a society, when we take things for granted, guess what? Maybe we get to have a few days of realizing that we took it for granted. So if that happens and we don't have internet for a minute, maybe somebody might get themselves in gratitude for
Hey, order your books now.
internet.
Get Carrie's book and my book now.
Oh my God, right? You guys are gonna need them.
If you don't have electricity, you don't have internet, you can read these old-fashioned paper books. Look at that.
And I have it in my hand.
This is how we used to read back in the day.
And I've been dying to read it because you know what? I love this. I haven't taken the time for a second to even be able to read. So, by golly, Jiminy Crickets.
Now
I
you
can
got it.
end with it.
All right,
Nope.
everybody.
All
Thank you
right.
all so much
Peace.
for watching. Thank you, Debbie. As always, I will be back on live tomorrow night with Matt over in Law of Attraction 2.0, really everywhere, because this technology goes everywhere now. And I will be channeling tomorrow night. So bring your questions for the stream over there. And don't forget, this Saturday, April 4th, 10 a.m. Pacific, join us for the Reset Summit for 2 hours of channeling, of talking about what's going on right now. It's going to be a very different conversation than this. It's going to be a lot deeper than this. Very powerful 2-hour time span, but we're going to raise the vibration, and we're definitely going to get together and sort of have a collective understanding of how we can take this time and use it to our advantage in our own personal lives, and how we can contribute to the collective consciousness where we go from here. We're powerful creators, everybody, so let's participate. Thank you all.
Peace out.